It's 2:13 in the morning. The office is empty. No one at the desks. No sound but the hum of the servers. And yet, the company is still working. Orders are being processed. Questions are being answered. Suspicious invoices are being flagged. Somewhere, an automated system is preparing a recommendation about what a customer may be charged tomorrow. No employee is sitting at a desk. But does that mean no human is still responsible? For most of history, a company was its people. Take the people away, and the work stopped. That rule is quietly breaking. So here is the real question. What happens when you hand an entire company over to artificial intelligence? Not in a movie, but in real businesses you have already heard of. To understand it, forget the chatbot you have used. The thing changing companies isn't a chatbot. It's something called an agent. A chatbot answers. An agent acts. You give it a goal, and it makes a plan, picks a tool, takes an action in the real software a company runs on, checks the result, and tries again if it failed. The loop is simple to say and hard to trust. Goal, plan, tool, action, check. Hold on to that last word, check, because the entire story turns on it later. One agent qualifies a sales lead. Another investigates a support ticket. Another opens an invoice, compares it to the contract, and flags a discrepancy. Each one is narrow, but put dozens of them together, pointed at the same goal, and you get something that looks less like software and more like a workforce that never sleeps, never takes a holiday, and copies itself for free. If you want to see how far this has already gone, look at customer service. It went first because it is expensive, repetitive, and measurable. And the clearest example is the payments company Klarna. In early 2024, Klarna reported that its AI assistant, built with OpenAI, had handled 2/3 of its customer service chats in its first month. Around 2.5 million conversations. The company said this represented work equivalent to 700 full-time agents, and that it had cut average resolution time from 11 minutes to under 2. Klarna estimated the assistant could improve its 2024 profit by around $40 million. Read that, and it sounds like the end of the call center. Faster, cheaper, instant, at a scale no human team could match. But speed is not the same thing as satisfaction, and that gap is where the story gets interesting. Then, in 2025, Klarna changed course. Its CEO said the company had over-indexed on using AI to cut costs, and was shifting back toward quality, customer experience, and growth. But here is what matters. Klarna did not abandon AI. It changed how it used it, moving away from cost-cutting as the goal, and restoring more human capacity alongside the machines. The lesson wasn't that AI doesn't work. It was subtler. AI ran the department brilliantly, right up until the moment a customer truly needed a human. Customer service is one department. But how high can this go? In 2022, the Chinese gaming company NetDragon Websoft appointed an AI-powered virtual human named Tang Yu as the rotating CEO of a flagship subsidiary, not a mascot. The company described it as a real-time data hub, an analytical tool supporting daily decisions, process execution, and risk management. It made headlines because it sounded like science fiction. But strip away the humanoid face, and what is left is the quiet truth of where this is going. The real question was never whether a robot would sit in the CEO's chair. It's how many ordinary decisions, the scheduling, the routing, the approvals, the forecasts, can be handed to a system before you would fairly say the machine is the one running things. Because a real company isn't a list of separate teams. It's one connected nervous system. Sales affects inventory. Inventory affects pricing. Pricing affects marketing. And marketing changes how many support requests arrive tomorrow. A human organization moves slowly through those links. Meetings, emails, approvals, a week of lag. An AI-run company can move through all of them in seconds. A forecast updates, an order adjusts, a price changes, a campaign reallocates. One decision rippling across the entire business before a single person has read the email. When it is right, It is the most efficient organization ever built. But run that same nervous system in reverse. The thing that makes an AI company powerful is exactly what makes it dangerous. It doesn't just execute a good decision faster. It can scale a bad one before a human notices. Picture one small wrong forecast. In a human company, it sits in a spreadsheet for days. In an automated one, it moves. Inventory over-orders. Finance commits the budget. Marketing buys ads in the wrong market. Support starts answering questions about a product that should never have shipped. Every green light slowly turns amber, then red, and no single human chose any of it. They just chose to trust the loop. This isn't hypothetical. In 2024, a Canadian tribunal found Air Canada responsible after its own chatbot gave a customer wrong information about bereavement fares, rejecting the airline's claim that the bot was a separate entity responsible for its own words. The principle was blunt. A company remains responsible for what its automated systems tell people. That same year, McDonald's ended its AI drive-through trial with IBM after mixed results. The pattern is consistent. The AI is fast, confident, and sometimes confidently wrong. Which brings us back to that one word: check. The companies getting this right didn't remove the humans. They figured out exactly where humans belong. And it tends to look like 3 tiers. Low-risk, reversible decisions run automatically. Medium-risk decisions run, but monitored and easy to undo. And high-risk, hard-to-reverse decisions stop and wait for a human to say yes. Not a building with no people. A building with far fewer people, each one sitting above a stack of agents. So picture the company of the next few years. Not empty. Not controlled by a robot in a suit. Maybe it is one person, before sunrise, directing the work of 100 digital employees, catching the one decision in 1,000 that needs a human, and letting the machines handle the rest. The hardest part was never automating the work. It was deciding what should never be automated. Which decision should never be delegated to a machine? If that is the kind of question you think about, you will like it here. I'm Future Built. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.